Alright, this one is just a little bit different. Um, some of you might have heard of this. It is World of Horror, and as you can tell, it is an incredibly stylized horror game based on a whole lot of things. I mean, it's based a lot on cosmic horror. There's a lot of inspiration from Junji Ito. Um, it is a very fun game. It's also a roguelike, so you can just keep replaying it and just keep having a good time. So I don't know how many episodes I'm gonna make on this. It's just kind of a nice game to vibe with. Get a nice story out of if you get immersed with it, and it's got fun gameplay. So I'm gonna go to new story. And now something that I usually like to do is I just randomize the color just once every time, and that'll be the color for this run. What is the difference? 2-bit, 1-bit. Yeah, we want 2-bit. Okay, continue. It's not my first story, but if it is, you recommend playing the spine-chilling story of School Scissors. But we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is I'm just going to do quick play, I think. Randomly selecting character, old god, background, and more. So yeah, quick play. So I'm not very good at this. We'll see how far we can get. It can be a challenging game. Alright, anyways, let's get into it. City of Tojikoa, Japan, sometime in the 1980s. Something strange is happening in our town. Robed figures can be seen gathering in the woods at night. People are going missing. Disgusting creatures are terrorizing the seaside. The rapid technological progress of the modern era brings comfort, but also new unknown threats. Old gods, malicious eldritch beings who ruled the earth eons ago, are awakening as reality starts to crumble. Armed with clues, spells, and your own dwindling sanity, you'll investigate mysteries across the city and in realms beyond. The thing forsaken by God, banished to the other dimension a long time ago, Goizo has found a way to use mirrors to ensnare and teleport its prey straight through reflective glass. The glimpses behind your reflections are just the beginning of a real nightmare. Old God's rule, resting at home raises doom. Backstory, World of Horror, character exclusive, perk cards only, randomized item statistics. Okay. Interesting. 1984. Oh, I didn't think it gave you the date. Alright, we continue. It's not my first time playing. I'll kind of try to explain it as we go. I'll do the best I can anyways. So this over here, this is our character sheet. We've got all of our stats located. This is us. Our stamina, which is basically our health, and our reason, which is our sanity. Now, any kind of Lovecraftian thing, specifically what comes to my mind is the tabletop RPG Trail of Cthulhu, which I highly recommend if you play those kind of games. But you know that sanity is a huge part of these kind of settings, because you lose your mind seeing otherworldly things. But let's see what we got. My items. I have nothing. That's fine. Spells, no active rituals. Town status. A feeling of paranoia and discomfort is almost palpable in the air. Me. Right. That's my seed. Oh god, is Goizo. Alright, let's get back to it. So let me check out the lighthouse. I don't think they realize the lighthouse. That's kind of like the final boss area. You get a bunch of keys through your quests, and if you get all of them, you can travel up the lighthouse. Alright, let's go to home. Check your mailbox. It's empty. We have a new ally. Iwa? Who's Iwa? Oh, hello. He's my chef? Okay, I'm not gonna complain. Hello, Iwa. Smiles faintly. Okay. I'm not gonna let you go. Iwa, you're in it for life. Alright, so this is our home. We have a few options here. But specifically, what I do want to do is I want to take a bath. And I don't have any empty bottles. So I think I just want a small XP boost at the start here. So a nice warm water. Alright, and then I always change my outfit up, see what we got. Nice little jacket. Yes, no. Alright, I'm gonna go with that little jacket there. Looking good. That's a nice movie poster. Alright, so we're back here. We can interact with a couple things. You know, we can open up the curtain. Nice little town out there. Over here, I can take a peek through the peephole. Back to town screen. Let's take a peek through the peephole. Oh, creepy neighbor. Hello. Ah, it's fine. It's actually fine. Okay. Probably just your imagination, right? Alright, so now we would like to start a new mystery. So let's head into our little office here. Inexplicable and morbid events have been plaguing your town for some time now. You've marked down 5 of them, hoping that there is something connecting them. You can tackle these 5 mysteries in any order you want. Be aware, your decisions will haunt you and influence yet unsolved mysteries. Alright, so this is kind of like the roguelike part of it. This is 5 random mysteries, varying in complexity. Let's see what we got. So first up, and we can do these in any order. So first up we have Disconnected. Oh no, I think that's an ending. Bloody brief of a beckoning bulletin. As the decades roll on, technology has only developed further. These days, computer bulletin board software allows computers to communicate over phone lines. All it takes is a computer and a modem, and anybody can connect to a bulletin system, or even host one of their own. Once you connect, you can read all of the messages on that bulletin, and even post your own to start a conversation. Many use them to share files, or to chat about their favorite topics, everything from video games to sports to idol culture. But in the wake of a sudden string of weird suicides, things aren't all fun and games. Rumors have surfaced that the deaths are linked to a bulletin system operated from somewhere within Tojikoa. What is behind the suicides? How could so many people all be driven to take their own lives? Yeah, sure, let's investigate this mystery. Even if the rumored bulletin system's phone number is found, there is no hope to investigate without a computer that can connect to it. Maybe the school library has one that will work. Forest suicides. Investigate the forest location twice to complete this quest. Okay, so this is like a little side quest that you can get some bonus stuff for, but obviously it presents more danger. This is kind of like your main quest. It's kind of walking you through where you need to go to progress the main part of your investigation. And then this is kind of like a dialogue of what's going on. Down here is like the gameplay area. This right here is going to be telling you generally actions that occur, whether it be combat, whether it be random comments from your character or your companions, like my Chef Iwa. This is the map. It doesn't look much, but this is quite nice. So the game wants us to go to the school, because the school library might have a computer that we can use to investigate this bulletin board with. But we also have noticed that a lot of these deaths are occurring in the forest. So we could also investigate the forest, which I think I'm going to do that, and see what we turn up there. Maybe it'll lead to some different leads. Alright, investigate the forest. Me and Iwa. Walking along the stream. A resting place. It's said that a famous priest died on this rock. Perhaps his mysticism has seeped into it. Alright, tap into his power. It's too risky, and we don't have a hermit ally, so let's tap into his power. Successful knowledge check. I have 6 knowledge, okay. Touching it with your hand, you feel a newfound knowledge forming in your mind. +1 spell. Abolish. What does that do? A defensive combat spell. Lowers eldritch enemy damage by 1. Oh, incredible. Costs 3 stamina though. Jeez. expensive. Makes sense though. I know that magic in these types of universes are generally expensive. Alright, so one more investigation at the forest. And through the thickets, climbing up from the stream. Walking through a tree nursery, you suddenly stop. Something feels off. Isn't it too early for the leaves to change their color? Before you can continue your investigation, someone grabs your leg. Oh my. Bach woman. So, fill the combat sequence, the white bar, with combat moves and press the launch sequence to attack your enemy. Clear to delete the last combat move. Alright, so our map has become our attacks. So we have a lot of, so we don't have any weapons, we can use that. But it'll probably just be like kick, also boost our attack. So we want to use action points up until 200, as it says there. And we do have another page, a few more pages specifically. Ask your ally to distract the enemy. Who's a random ally is insane. Alright, let's assess the enemy, assess the situation. And then let us alright, these right here, I'm not entirely sure. I know that there's rituals you can do later on, but I don't think it has any immediate use for us right now. Let's go back here. We're just going to prepare our attack. Is there an unarmed attack? Maybe it's just kick. Let's try, okay, get rid of that one, and then, oh, never mind, that's kind of a waste. Let's just kick. Why can I not kick? It says time needed 55, so I should theoretically have enough. That's weird. Alright, well, let me just kick and then look for an improvised weapon. No. Kick. And then look for an improvised weapon. Right, something's going on here. It's fine. I punched her, she hit me. Alright. Found a branch for the bark woman. She hit me again. Just looks like it's just one stamina damage. That's fine. Alright, let me go ahead and equip the branch. Blunt, one-handed, strength weapon. We have decent strength. It's our second highest. Alright, and then I'm just gonna prepare my attack, and then give you a slapping, and then give you nothing else. Alright, get launched. I did much more damage, but she is still chomping away at me here. Alright. Allies, attack. Missed both of them. Right, let's try that again. Allies, attack. Yeah, it doesn't. We might be winning, but it certainly hurts. There we go. After searching deep in the woods for some time, you discover the body of a young student clutching a note. +1 item. Forest note. I write this for everyone wanting to stay behind. The sacrifice is worth it. Life's meaning comes from our relationships. Share death, and that connection will outlast you. There won't be anything left but us. Everyone here is waiting for you. So if you lose your resolve, just listen to the voice of humanity. Yeah, I don't know where that voice came from, but you know what? What's done is done. Alright, let's head to the school. So you can also interact with the various locations in different ways. Like, for example, we can go to the schoolyard, and maybe we can get a friend. Force to help you is crazy. Alright, do you want to join me, fellow student? She's helping me, so now we got Iwa and a student, private shelf, and a friend. Do you want to join me? Haha, you're so funny. Oh, thank you, student F. How about you? Alright, that's fine. Alright, goodbye. And now I'm already at the school. Let's investigate it. Alright, we are investigating with our posse. Trophy case. You find an old trophy case set in a seemingly abandoned corridor. Everything inside is covered in a thick layer of dust. One medal seems particularly valuable. Let's just check the plaques and the trophies, honestly. Luck check failure. You find a small trophy with a curious plaque. Grand Champion of the Cannibal Eating Contest, 1956. You know what, that's honestly fine. I would lose 2 reason as well. If my school is advertising a cannibal prize, no thank you. While the school's library's computer doesn't have a modem, you happen to bump into a member of the computer club while asking around. She apparently just got a new system and is willing to let you borrow hers. Thanking her, you arrange to meet her at her home in the city. So now we're going to head downtown. We head to the police station, manage threat level, and I can change XP for funds, or I can shop for items. It costs Doom to enter, which is kind of like a global resource that kind of like makes it harder the higher it gets, and it just ever is ticking up. So you want to be careful with it. But you know, we're not going to do either of those things. We're just going to investigate downtown. Walk into a various alley to get to our friend's apartment. A labyrinth. The road seems to twist and turn when you're not looking, trapping you in this neighborhood. We're just gonna get lost. Probably lose some reason. I know, just 2% Doom. See, there's some Doom. Which it should, yep, it's right up here. We're already at 8%. Goodness. You spend hours trying to find a way out. Finally, completely exhausted, you end up on the main street as the passage to the blighted neighborhood slowly closes behind you. Get resolved. Alright. You lug the cardboard box full of PC parts up your apartment stairs, teeth clenched as you heave it up one step at a time. Goddamn, computers are heavy. You're not wrong. Alright, so now we're going back to my apartment. Peeping neighbor still peeping. Alright, let's investigate. Now that we've got the PC, so we can... Oh! A woman jumps out of her apartment covered in gore. Between sobs, she tries to explain what happened. She was taking a shower when suddenly the shower head started spraying blood. A trail of blood leads into the dark apartment. Just calm her down, honestly. Ooh, a successful charisma check. Ooh! The woman sniffs and smiles weakly. You feel like you've prevented something awful. +4 reason. That's a good boost. We needed that. Whew. You wipe the sweat from your brow as you finally finished setting up the computer in your bedroom. After a few tests, you're now certain that everything is functional. The newscaster on the TV says that the suicide rate is still climbing. Worse, the morbid trend is beginning to catch on in other nearby towns. You need to act quickly. Alright, Alright, we're gonna keep browsing, I guess. Investigation is taking a toll on you. You start to miss the most obvious leads. Valid. Alright, plus more doom. Oh my goodness, a lot of doom. We got 2% from somewhere else. Hoping to find a lead, you head to the hospital. With how many deaths there have been, the hospital is in chaos. The staff looks exhausted. When the receptionist lets her head down onto the desk for a minute, you slip out of the waiting room and into the hospital corridor. We will investigate this hospital corridor. Heading to the sick room. Alright, you find yourself in an old, unused part of the hospital. You take a deep breath. The disgusting smell of thawed remains still lingers in the room. It used to be the hospital's mortuary, where doctors determine the causes of death. Let's check out the freezer. You take a peek into the freezer, but can't see anything important. You wonder what could smell so awful if there's nothing inside. Nearby, the body on the dissection table twitches slightly. Oh, prepare for combat. The horror of the countless autopsies stands before you. Oh my. Jane Doe. She do be standing there. Alright, gotta assess the situation. And she is a ghost enemy, so I cannot hurt her. Yeah, let's just go and embrace for impact, just because we don't really know what's going on. And let's launch it. Entity composed of the countless bodies. Ghost female, weak against fire. I don't think I possess any fire. Get your ties to the world severed. Should I keep doing it, I guess? There we go. Easy. You overhear two nurses talking about a girl whose suicide attempt failed. Apparently, she's recovering at her grandparents' home at the village in the city outskirts. You exit the hospital and make your way to the nearest bus stop. Alright, to the bus stop we go. Stats are still decent-ish. Through the dirty restaurant window, you notice a shady-looking man wearing a jacket covered in strange symbols. He stops in front of a house, visibly nervous. Before he enters the house, he turns around as if he's checking for any unwanted followers. What could it mean? I don't have quick thinking. Let's follow him. I'm curious. Successful perception check. The door is locked, but you repeat the knocking pattern the suspicious man used. A moment later, the door opens, and a surprised teen with greasy hair asks who the hell you are. Mistaking these nerds for cultists sure is embarrassing, but deep inside, you're relieved. Oh, nice. We dropped the doom a little bit. Not enough. Right, as you pull into the village bus stop, a news story comes on the bus driver's radio. An entire class of Tojikoa students leapt in front of a train, hand in hand. You move urgently as you exit the bus and begin searching down the village streets. Right, we're at the village, and we're investigating the village, checking out the inn, and I guess we're making a search party. Oh my. Walking through the village, you're suddenly pulled behind a building. Two menacing-looking masked figures block your escape. Do you serve the old ones? Serve what? Uh-oh. The masked men are visibly puzzled. So, sorry to bother you, says one, and they disappear around a corner. What was that about? To reason. Oh, single-digit reason. When you find the girl's house, her grandparents greet you solemnly. They thank you for your effort to stop the deaths. Forgive her, her grandfather says as he leads you to her bedroom. She's a kind girl. Something has happened to her. I don't know if the grandmother said that. It didn't clarify. I'm assuming so. Alright. We're gonna keep investigating the village. This trail to an abandoned Shinto shrine is overgrown and steep. However, it could be an important place to investigate. Let's take the quick route. Yikes. Failure. You hurt your knee badly when you step on a loose stone and fall down. You limp back to the village to get the injury checked. Get resolved. The recovering girl is more than happy to not only confirm the bulletin's existence, but to give you its number. You have to do what it tells you. Trust me. You won't regret a thing. She beams at you as her grandmother struggles to make her swallow the pain medication. I'll be back soon to join you all. Soon. Wait for me, okay? Disquieted, you give the grandparents your phone number and hastily leave. Alright. Rescued the girl, but still gotta stop the rest of the deaths. Oh my. You had no idea what the funeral you've been invited to would end with the guests slashing their hands to feed the deceased with their blood. You stayed at the back, shocked by how grotesque it is. Suddenly, the guests turn their heads in your direction. It's your turn now. That's a crazy option. Try to talk them out of this. Charisma check success. Using acute anemia as your excuse, you convince the mourners to make an exception for you. Yeah, my blood, it's too thin. He wouldn't like it anyways. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Next crazy funeral death ritual. Absolutely crazy. As soon as you arrive home, you dial the number and put the headset onto the modem. Your heart pounds as the computer fans exhale. The system hums. You hear a brief dial tone, and then it finally connects. Get investigated. On screen. Welcome home. Sorry. Let me try something else for that one. Welcome home. Do you like it? Yes. No. Sure. I like it. I'm glad. Take your phone off the modem and put it to your ear. You recall the note you found. Could this be the voice of humanity you read about? Bracing yourself, you slowly put the phone to your ear. You don't hear words or a voice. You soon understand that they don't need those. It's difficult, but you manage to keep track of your which thoughts are yours and which are theirs. Everyone is here now. We've escaped everything that held us back in life. We don't have any more burdens. You can escape with us. This is the purest form of existence. A paradise of connection. Everyone deserves that. We will bring all humanity together. Suffering is human. How can you believe that? Well, okay. If you want to suffer, go ahead. Your consciousness dips. By the time you snap out of it, you're strangling yourself with the phone cord. The entity assaults your mind, but the struggle brings out strength you didn't know you had. You refuse to die. -5 stamina, but 15% max stamina. Interesting. Ow. You listen to the staticky signal on the other end. It's harsh to your ear, but then the noise begins to slowly change into something beautiful. You want to join in. Uh-oh. We're not done yet. We gotta break this thing. We're gonna do it. Join the voices. It will all be over soon. Oh, I just missed 3 attacks in a row. Join the voices. Alright, that's mighty unfortunate. I'm dead. I'm like super dead. -1 stamina is crazy. I'm just a smear. But somehow I still defeated it. You wrenched the phone from your ear, nearly tossing it across the room. You could have killed yourself for that thing. Sweat pouring down your face, you immediately yanked the computer's plug from the socket. From the bulletin's number in a phone book, you find the system's operator address. When you enter the cramped apartment, you're met with a smiling, hanged teenager and a still-running, unplugged computer. You smash it to pieces. With the root cause gone, the suicide's eventually slow. While you couldn't save those already in its thrall, you're relieved to know the bulletin won't take any more new victims. Bloody brief of a beckoning bulletin, ending B. And a whole bunch of rewards. Too bad. I think I'm dead. I'm good. What does this mean? Alright, so this is the level up screen. I don't know if this run is over or not, but we're gonna find out. Quick thinking, +1 dexterity. There's always a way out. Fame, faster combat actions for each ally you have. Occult signs. But you can give me fame and stamina, if you don't mind. I live! We saved. We're so weak. The old gods serve. Winds of plague. A weird epidemic keeps staff at the hospital busy. Skipping the line will cost you more. Alright, that's fine. Alright, back home. Inside your mailbox you find a small key. What is it doing here? Alright, so that's what we use. We need to get 4 more of those, but that's what we use at the end in the lighthouse. Alright, here we are back. I did have to save and quit, which in this game does pose some slight complications. Those being that my student allies have all left me. I do still have Iwa, and I'm still incredibly injured, which what I'm going to do really quick is take a bath. Shower will help calm the muscles. Let's get some extra reason. Okay. And then, I mean, beyond that, it is time to start a new mystery. Let's see, a horrible history of household hell. Let's try to find an easier one, because that first one kind of wiped us at the end. Tragic tale of the thaumaturgy teacher. Vicious verses of a violent vigil. curious case of a contagious coma. Let's do this one. This one seems simpler, but only has 2 endings to discover. So does that one, which seems like I've already gotten one. But either way, contagious coma. More and more people fall unconscious and cannot be awakened. People who try to wake the patients up only end up falling into a coma themselves. A whole wing of the town's hospital has been dedicated to warding the comatose. Is there anything connecting these people? And how did this strange illness start? Get investigated. Alright, let's check the news reports about this weird disease and try to find the cause before more people fall asleep. Side quest being investigate the village location twice to complete this quest. So currently we're at our apartment. I think is it that? Yeah. So it looks like I can rest here. Cost doom to enter, but I can regain stamina and reason. I'm only at 14% doom, and I'm very low on both stamina and reason, so I'm gonna do that. Oh my, I have very explicit posters. What the heck? It certainly feels good to be back at home. You take a short nap on your bed. You sit on the couch and read your favorite book. Wonderful. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna do it again. 10% doom for 4 stamina and reason? Heck yeah. Alright. Now, investigate the village location twice. Yes, so we will head to the village, and we will investigate it. Let's go, Iwa. Oh my. You stand in the middle of the field, frozen in terror. A rip in our reality shows the horrible future of our planet. Seeing the familiar figure looking back at you, you can't help but wonder if it's our world that's just an illusion. Enter the portal is crazy, and it's so crazy that I can't say no to it. You and the figure get closer to the portal, ready to swap places. Where are you? Lost in time and space, you drift in nothingness until something pulls you towards the light. Parasitic star is looming over the dying civilization. Is this the fate of our planet as well? Enter the destroyed temple. Successful perception, let's go. Inside a decaying nave, you find a keepsake from the ancient world. There's a humanoid skeleton wearing ruined armor. Its weapon looks strangely familiar. A katana? Are you kidding me? That's incredible. Inspect. Equip that immediately. Thank you. That was an incredible get. I was not expecting that from the, bleak apocalyptic future. Alright. One more village. Where's the village? There's the village. One more village investigation. You can see a dog chewing on something in the distance. Is that a human bone? Oh! Evil pupper? That's a great image. It's very creepy, but you can't get it. I can't get over the. I mean, it's still a dog, you know. It looks like it has a thingy growing out right there. All right. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. I have a katana. All right. Eat this katana. 14 health is crazy. Doggo jumps. Doggo is about to get slashed again with my katana. Awesome. 15 XP is crazy. An old man from the village hands you a package. This should help you understand the illness. Dust of seeing. Momentarily renders invisible creatures partially visible. That's definitely going to be useful. Alright. Let's check the news reports about this weird disease and try to find the cause before more. Yep. Okay. So now, to the school. Wait, why is it suddenly so dark outside? You stand by the window to take a look. Black smog emerges from the courtyard, coating everything in an oily vapor. Let's observe it. Another successful perception. I do have a 7 perception. Sluggy vapors rise slowly upward, forming a perfect spiral. You back away from the window, surprised by this curious phenomena. Plus 8 XP. At 49. I don't have enough. Okay, that's fine. Reports mention a patient 0. Where could they be? I guess we'll check downtown. It's getting dark as you arrive at the cemetery, and shadows move in fantastic and unaccountable ways between the tombstones. Finding the right grave may prove to be a challenge, especially when you feel someone's gaze on your back. I have a katana. Get confronted. You whirl around and see who's behind you. Luckily, the other person is a kind old lady who points you to the tombstone you were looking for. Oh, thank you. Under a stone, you find a note someone left for you. So we need to sneak into the hospital and borrow the information about patient 0. Alright, will do. And get investigated. You meet with your friend who has recently started her nurse practice. You lazily chat on the roof of the hospital watching the sunset. Now would be the perfect opportunity to ask about the recent unearthly events. You know what, let's enjoy the time with our friend. Let's not ruin the moment. Plus 1 reason. I was hoping for that. Alright. We've got their name and address. Let's get out of here. And by get out of here, we're going to investigate the same place. I guess this is us leaving. When the patient came home one morning covered in scars and babbling about aliens, the police had them committed. They're mumbling something quietly as you pass by. Alright, so we don't have paranoia status, so we'll just talk to them. We did fail that one. Oh, we lost so much stamina? Only 2, okay. You try reasoning with them to tell you what really happened, but it doesn't work. It takes 2 nurses to calm them down after they've roughed you up. Goodness. Alright, so we're going to patient 0's house, downtown. The only metro line in your town connects the university and the science complex. You could take a ride to gain some time, but you've got to feel like something is wrong. Where are all the people? We'll take a ride. Luck. Good. Okay. Even though the metro car is completely empty, you arrive at the station without any problem, saving valuable time, minus 2% doom. Love to see it. The man dabbled in magic. You found a journal describing a certain village and instructions for a summoning ritual. It seems that he tried to contact an entity from the dream realm. Well, we will investigate some more in his apartment. Walking through the park, you find a little girl crying alone in the playground. When you ask what's wrong, she says that she can't find her mommy. Luckily, you spot the girl's address from the backpack lying nearby. We'll take her home. Oh. You offer to take her home. When you get there, the terrified mother slams the door in your face. From behind the door, she starts screaming to get the girl away. The little girl calmly tells you that she can take it from here. Oh. Ouch. My stamina is not looking good. As a part of the therapy, some patients took part in art classes. Some of their work fills you with dread. That's fine. Oh, I lost 3. Don't like that. There it is. Let's hope you find an answer here. The quarantine wing. Investigate. You've managed to sneak through the floor while avoiding the police and finally reaching the quarantine wing where all the coma patients were brought in. Their pulses are slowly weakening and their blood pressure dropping. You must hurry. So we can investigate, but it also has an option to use the Dust of Seeing, so I'm just going to go ahead and... Boop! Oh! Following the old man's advice, you throw the Dust of Seeing in the air. It reveals weird, elongated monsters hanging from the ceiling, one above every bed. Each creature is connected to a patient with an undulating tendril. As you try to process everything, one of the disgusting creatures raises its head and looks in your direction. Prepare yourself. The creature causing the contagious coma plaguing your town has taken notice of you. You must defend yourself or perish. Hey. Don't mess with me. Minus 2 all damage. So that's gonna kill me. If straight up, it's just gonna kill me if it hits me. So what we're gonna do, I think... Oh, that's crazy. We're not gonna do that. Is there any way for me to get stamina back? No, that's not gonna do it. Let's try to dodge, and then we'll just do like a normal attack. Let's hope for the best with that. I missed the attack. I also dodged his attack. Wonderful. Honestly though, rinse and repeat. Okay, my nightmare. I'm dead. Well, you know what? If I'm already dead... Alright, well, I missed once more. -2 is crazy. My mind is on fire. That encounter was the final straw. Your mind has snapped, and you've been locked up in an asylum. It would be comforting to accept that you were insane, that no old god is awakening to devour humanity. But the drugs haven't made these horrors disappear. Dang. Stamina loss, that is the cause of death, that is valid. It's 1 mystery, 2 new enemies, no new achievements. Yeah, that is World of Horror. I forgot the name of the game for a second. It's a great game. You should definitely give it a shot. Every run is going to be different, and I might just include another... Or include... yeah, I might come back to this. Make another video on this. But yeah, for the time being, that is all for now. Farewell, everyone.